Good afternoon and happy Thursday, everyone. It is Scott Wohlers with River Place Capital. It is Thursday, October the 17th. I'm going to take just a brief minute to discuss what markets did last week, as it was another positive week in equity markets as they continue their rally higher this year. As we speak, the S&P's up over 23% year to date. Fantastic returns in the equities, but the index itself last week was up 1.11%. The mid caps barely a little bit higher at 1.13%, and the small caps were laggards, a little bit behind last week as interest rates did tick up last week on the 10-year. They were up 30 basis points or 0.3%. And as we've been discussing, markets have continued to be incredibly volatile. And when we say volatile, we don't, oftentimes that is connotated as negative, and it's not always negative. You have volatility while markets are moving higher as well, and you're seeing that very much so in markets here in the last several weeks as leadership changes almost daily, from growth to value, from technology to financials, from big to small. I mean, you're seeing the leadership change almost daily, and predicting which one on a daily basis is going to take the cake for the day is becoming a futile task. But the positive thing is that while all of that is happening, markets are continuing to be very resilient and move higher. And they're moving higher for several reasons, but they do have plenty of worry that we are coming over or overcoming in the market. We do have the upcoming presidential election, and as we're getting closer, the polls are getting more and more narrow, predicting who would win. And even if you knew the outcome of who was going to win the presidential election, no one knows exactly how the market's going to react, even if they knew the outcome. I mean, you can look and point back to 2016. The market sold off on a knee-jerk reaction and bounced back very quickly. We don't know what the market's going to do when it comes to this upcoming election. There's also plenty of geopolitical risk out there, but there's been that geopolitical risk for 2.5 years. The other thing that had been a wall of worry for the market was the fact that there was this looming recession on the horizon. Well, now it really appears that we have navigated, the Fed has navigated through that, and we have fostered the soft landing. Now, we at River Place have been saying we did not see the recession coming, and it's good to see that the economy was very resilient during this time and was able to weather the rate hikes of the Federal Reserve Bank. And now you're seeing a strong and resilient consumer as well. As we got retail sales this morning, they were better than expected. So the things that have been concerns, some of those are starting to overcome, as well as we've gotten some earnings so far, and we're in the very beginning of earnings season. We have gotten bank earnings to start. So and those earnings have been fantastic. And that had been a lot of concern coming into this earnings season, especially with the financials. How were they going to do, and what were they going to report, and their guidance moving forward. And the guidance has not been very cautious. It's been very optimistic about the overall state of the consumer and the businesses within the United States economy. And so that is what is driving this market higher. And so as we sit at all-time highs, the question is, what is it that's going to take the market higher? Well, I believe that's probably going to be earnings. You know, we're just now getting those financial earnings. Tonight we get Netflix that really kicks off the tech earnings, and we'll get more and more next week and the week after. And we'll get more of their earnings. But some of the semiconductor names are reporting, and they're reporting phenomenal earnings, but those related to AI or anything that needs to be the foundational piece for data centers, for Internet of Things. The semiconductor industry is really booming, and we're hearing that from companies, and those are the things that are going to be able to allow this market to continue to move higher. So that's why even at a 21 times multiple, there is room for the market to run the rest of the year. So if you have questions about how to navigate this time or the volatility or what to do, just give us a call. We'd love the opportunity to speak with you. You can reach us at 904-346-3460. Or as always, check us out online at www.riverplacecapital.com. Have a wonderful rest of your week, everyone. Thanks so much.